Can't end it It's just getting interesting.
Hey James, how's it going?
Good man, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. You're right. That was getting interesting there. Mike Chillingworth digging in, and
About 10 minutes into the what's probably about minutes song.
yeah, yeah. I was kind of hoping that I might get to the point where there's that really cool drum solo in that tune.
I can't remember that at all.
Well, it's a really good example of classic sort of James Maddren because actually I don't really know what a classic example is, but basically it's quite a difficult form, but you sort of just learned it in about, I mean, you didn't really learn it. You just started improvising on it immediately and it sounded great. You sort of either learned it instantly or something. But
I think that maybe it's more like um so I'm just checking my Ethernet cables all still.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, can I just ask, we've got some friends watching. We've got 1,200 people currently tuned in. No, I'm afraid not, James. Um, we do have many though. So hello, Annalise, Tony, Susie, David, Amy, Sam, Marco. Can you give us a thumbs up if you can see and hear us? Okay, please. I always do this, but better safe than sorry. So yeah, we'll wait for some thumbs ups.
In your
How,
in your screenshot earlier that you were I've realized that I'm wearing the same hoodie in every single Zoom I've had with you probably.
yes.
Just like to
Okay.
say that I do sometimes wash my jumper.
Okay. Cool.
Like I don't just like live in one jumper. Well, I kind of obviously do, but
I mean, there are the jumpers that are just like really warm and soft, and like you spill a bit of food on it, but it's okay. You never go outside. You know.
I didn't go that far. I don't steal food.
Hello, Sue. The Oracle. Yes, there she is. Adam's tuned in as well. Nice one. Jam session has tuned in. Um, so everyone, we were almost I don't know, 20 seconds late because James was actually moving his laptop so that he is able to, if the people want it, James will perform a solo drum improvisation, which is going to be super cool, man.
Well, now you've said that. Okay,
Yeah,
we'll see. We'll see
yeah,
what.
you have to now. You have to. So, James, yes, I've noticed a couple of changes in your background, and I just wanted to show people some of your earlier background choices for your virtual background. So, let me just, how about this one?
Croydon.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, just wanted people to know where I was, and that kind of sums up Croydon right there. The 50p building, number one Croydon,
yeah. Okay, what about this one?
Villa Park.
Yeah.
The home of football. Aston Villa, incredible. I mean, I can't believe we stayed in the Premier League this last year, but somehow we managed to do it. Scrape a win against Arsenal in the what was it penultimate game. Then drew. We just had, all we had to do was better Watford result. Oh, Mike Chillingworth. Sadly, I hope Mike Chillingworth's tuning into this because we stayed up at the expense of Watford. So Watford have been relegated. Aston stayed
Oh.
up. Mike is going to be very upset. I mean, I know Mike's upset already. We sort of he hasn't spoken to me since the last day of the season. I'm assuming it's because he now will no longer talk to me.
Yeah. Let's move it on to a less contentious sport. What about this one?
Centre court, Wimbledon. Yeah, I mean that's where I should be. I should have been there playing. I mean, I might still be. I haven't retired from tennis yet, so
And finally, I promise this is the last one. What about this one?
that started because uh, I do a Zoom pub. Well, when lockdown started, I did a with a group of friends. We did like a pub, like Southeast musicians and football fans. We did like a Zoom pub on a Tuesday night, and Gwilym Simcock's in that same group, and he for some reason he changed his background to like a caravan in a ditch, and so I just thought, well, why don't we all? I'm going to match him with another caravan in a lake or something. I don't know
Could you just?
why. I don't know where it came from. I don't know, but we just being stupid.
That's good. That's good. No, I like it. Um, so What are you drinking there? San Pellegrino lemon. No beer today. Oh, IPA, Sierra Nevada. Good
Yeah, Sierra
choice.
Nevada.
Great. Yeah, that's a good one. I'm going to attempt to take tonight off. How's your alcohol intake?
Yes, I took yesterday off, so I thought tonight I'll have a couple of beers.
Treat yourself. Great. Yeah. Yeah. I need to keep an eye on it. You know, when you're just like hanging out in your flat all day, it's quite easy to just sort of have a beer at like four,
Yeah.
three.
Tried to do the whole in lockdown. Tried to do the thing of like not before 6. You know,
Okay, six p.m. What do we think about that, people?
6.
Sam, Sue.
Actually, I lie because occasionally I did the lunch a couple of times when it was really nice weather. Was it in April? Have lunch, make lunch and have a small glass of white wine with lunch was nice.
But that sounds extremely civilized.
It was quite civilized, but then once you get a taste and you've opened the bottle, maybe it's a couple of glasses. I
Yeah,
also had it was my birthday at the end of January, and I made a massive natural wine purchase, so I had loads of natural wines in the house.
great.
I would not have bought if I'd realised that I wasn't going to be doing any gigs for 6 months. But so they had to be drunk.
Yeah. You do have a gig on the horizon. Is this correct?
Do
Um,
because because you were hanging out with Ivo today.
Indeed, I was. And you were rehearsing with him yesterday. I know, I see you. Yeah, tell us about that. Vortex reopened.
Vortex reopened. That's great news. I mean, just the prospect of live music happening again with people there is fantastic news. So yeah, we're playing in Birmingham on the 25th. Is that the Friday? Was that the 25th on the Friday and then I think is it 1,000 Trades and then we're coming back and playing the Vortex on the Saturday. And yeah, I can't wait to play. It was so great to play yesterday
Yeah,
with Ivo and Tom and George.
great. So was that one of your first ones that you were in a room with people?
Yeah, one of the first. I did a summer school this year, the international. Well, it was meant to be in France, but obviously we weren't able to be in France, and people weren't able to be together. But it was an online summer school, and at the end of that, myself, Julian Siegel, Simon Purcell, and Loz Garrett and Leanne Carroll did a little gig in a really big room down in the
Mm,
south coast, and that was streamed. So that was maybe the. There's been the odd time I've got together with people, but it's always been like big rooms in front of cameras.
yeah,
It's happened twice.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was really nice.
I um I really enjoyed playing with Ivo today. We're doing it for anyone who's wondering what I'm talking about. Ivo and I are doing a duo live stream, which is actually a week right now. Um, and yeah, I can't wait. Ivo's living room is kind of big enough that we can both get in there, sort of, socially distanced. And so yeah, we're going to do a live stream for the Sound Cellar pool. Sound Cellar is a cool regional kind of venue down near Bournemouth, and yeah, going to play some of Ivo's tunes, some of my tunes, and a couple of monk tune. Well, one monk tune, one train tune, if we can remember the coda. You know how it is. We'll just figure it out a couple of minutes before we play. Um, Anyway, but yeah, it was a huge pleasure to play with Ivo today. That's my first time playing with people since March the 15th. From like every day to nothing for 6 months. It's quite weird.
Today, the first time you played with anyone else.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing lots of recording stuff, but in a room responding. And I wasn't as rusty as I sort of thought I would be.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, so probably everyone tuned in is aware of you, James. But just in case people aren't, James is a really, really in-demand sideman, and it's for good reason. He's really great. So if you check out any gigs in the UK, any jazz gigs, and further afield, actually, increasingly you've been traveling more and more, quite a lot in Germany. Anyway, James is great, as you will find out if you don't know that already. But one of your main projects is Enemy. Will you tell us a little bit about that? And we've got a video which is awesome, which I can't wait to share.
Yeah, I mean, it originally I guess started out with Kit getting myself and Petter L, the great bass player. He plays with Django Bates, and loads of others. He lives in Berlin, so we got together and played and had a great time. And bit by bit, it's yeah, it's a great band. It's a great project, and now it's sort of more co-led. Petter writes for the band as well, and we're meant to be. I mean, we that's one thing that's been really hit by the COVID thing. We were meant to be recording in end of March. Sorry, start of April. Then it got cancelled. Maybe happening in August. Cancelled, not happening. So like the second album's been in the pipeline for a long time, but well, yeah, will hopefully happen shortly. I think it's now meant to be December, so fingers crossed.
Great. And that's going to be on ECM.
That'll be on ECM.
What does that stand for? European Contemporary Music? No?
Edition of contemporary music.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Cool.
That's,
Yeah.
that's a classic pub quiz that everyone gets wrong. Well,
Right.
myself included. I only found that out about a month ago.
Cool. Yeah. Well, be warned, folks. Now you know. Now you
Yeah.
know what ECM stands for. I remember when this video dropped, as young people say, and it was the sort of thing that a couple of musicians would be like, "Yo, check this," and just send the YouTube link. And I remember being like, "Whoa, what is this? This is super cool," because it's one of those tunes that has cool rhythmic stuff going on, which is like my favorite thing. Sorry to be a geek, but I'm a geek, so sorry about that. So yeah, let me play that if I can just work out how to do this. So this is called Prospect of K, right?
Yep.
Okay, let's do it. Mega. That's so good.
It's funny hearing that. I don't know if it's like just when you hear things through Zoom, but when they're compressed so much, it actually sounds quite fat when it's like
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, totally. Like all dynamic music. is just kind of
But
squashed. But
actually, I think that tune, well, that tune, the way that was, recorded, the way that Petter kind of produced it, it sort of suits it. Actually, it's like one of the a few things I've heard on Zoom that actually, or jazz things I've heard on Zoom that sort of suits that Uber compression.
yeah. It's not like a soft pastoral kind of melody on acoustic instruments. It's more like almost cartoonish at times for me. Like,
It's also quite beatsy. It's quite, it's not. It's quite a short, concise thing like
mm,
that we recorded. So it's not like actually the one thing I heard that I thought, oh, it didn't quite suit it was when we had the Zoom chat with the band, and
mm.
I just found it really unusual hearing like maybe it's like a jazz quintet playing a 6 minute piece, or whatever, and everything just sounds massive non-stop.
Yeah, yeah, it's quite weird. No, but that one sounds great. I have another favorite track from that record. If anyone wants to check it out, it's just called Enemy, right? The album, and there's a track called Children with Torches.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
like that track, I think you'll like Children with Torches as well. Um, Hello, Felipe, Jonathan, Andrea. We've got some more friends tuning in. Ryan, Martin, nice one, guys. And there's loads of people who tune in from off Facebook, but I can't see who they are. So if you are tuning in from outside Facebook, hello. And also, lots of questions for James.
Oh no.
Um,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. If anyone wants to ask, drummy stuff or whatever, or non-drummy stuff, coffee tips.
Oh,
Um,
nice. Yeah.
Although I think someone's already taken the mick out of us. Oh no, it was Sam Jessen taking the mick out of us for talking about jumpers and football within about 30 seconds.
Yeah. Sure.
So
Thanks, Sam.
I'm asking for it. So yeah, James, question I've been asking to everyone is how are you staying sane in
Um,
lockdown?
I think initially I was staying sane by uh, quite enjoying not traveling a lot,
Mm.
having 3 meals a day with my wife, and uh, sleeping 8 hours every night. And actually, that was actually, I don't want to say, I know everyone says it like, oh, it's enjoyable. I think the one reason I was able to do that as well is because we don't have children. I think that was the big difference in lockdown. It's like if you have kids, it's a nightmare. If you don't have kids, it's actually not. I mean, at the start, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
So I got into practicing. I got into trying to record from home. Like I bought an interface, getting
Mm.
mics. I was on the phone every day to John Scott and Lloyd Haynes, like two of my friends who are really good at recording and have a lot of gear, and just sort of picking their brains and basically just telling them what should I buy, and they're like, you should buy these, you should buy this. So practicing and recording that kept me sane, and then I think I hit a bit of a. I'm a bit tired of not tired of this now, but it's I guess it's that thing of like living when you feel like you're living the same day again and again, you get a bit fed up. So then I sort of had a little break from playing and maybe just struggle to stay sane. I know you say, how do I stay sane? Well, I sort of maybe I wasn't always sane. Had moments of just feeling like I had no motivation to do anything.
Yeah, I'm glad that you say that, James. And one thing that I like about you is that you've just said you completely accepted that. You just said, yeah, I didn't have motivation, so I just took a little bit of time away. There's no kind of guilt. So
Oh, there is guilt, but I think when I slowed, there is at the time. I think when I slow down and think about it, um, maybe I'm sort of like, okay, well, this is what happened, and that's understandable. But generally, um, it's also maybe good to try and find ways of motivating yourself, even if it's like uh, doing something different or getting into something that is maybe less normal. Like whether it's
a musical
growing
concept.
flowers or yeah, like getting really into coffee or making bread. Like I know it sounds really cliche, but that was actually quite or yoga or something.
Yeah,
Trying to find a good habits or like getting up in the morning. Who was I talking to the other day? We were talking about what you do in the morning, like not looking at your phone, like because my alarm is my phone.
oh,
But like getting
yeah,
up in the morning and just not looking at your like, don't turn the phone, like
yeah,
don't have the phone near you, so you can get up and have like
yeah.
hour or something where you just have coffee.
Man, do you know
You
what? I've realized that like I use my phone as a practice tool. So I've got, there's a metronome, there's iRealBook, which I sometimes use for practicing forms that I've programmed in. There's the Tanpura, the drone, the Shruti box, the Indian. So all these tools. And then whenever I'm using one, if I want to change, I look and I'm like, oh, I've just got this email and this, and mostly have my notifications turned off, but there's usually something that will come through, or, maybe I'm sort of awaiting something, a response from someone. And yeah, I think I need a different phone or to, yeah, kind of to separate them out. But we've
I mean,
got a couple of questions, by the way.
you've got a couple of questions.
Yeah, but that have come in
Okay.
on the feed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Amy Law says, question for James: has he made those cookies yet?
No, that's one thing I haven't done. I haven't made the cookies.
Man, it's
Sorry, Amy. I
really
mean,
good.
if anyone wants to know, when was it? We did a gig. I can't remember where it was, but Ant turned up with this box of cookies
Yeah.
Amy had made. Well, I don't know. Amy had actually made. I think you just put them in the oven. Let's put it that way. Was that what?
Yeah, exactly. So anyone who's kind of lazy, these are great because you get them all mixed and then you just have to oven them. Maybe I'll share the recipe actually in the.
Best up there with the best cookies I've ever had
Yeah,
because they
yeah,
were slightly warm as well. Slightly warm.
really fresh. Another question from Felipe. Thanks for the question, Felipe. Does James remember the days Kit's Trio used to go around Ronnie's and jam?
Yeah, I do. I mean, you mean as a trio or individually? I guess. I mean, I think we probably all still do when we are there. I think it's. I remember the first time I played there with Kit. Um, I think we did like a. It was when there used to be a. Maybe I'm trying to remember what the kind of event was, but I played there with Kit and Callum. Maybe it was like an
Mhm.
English trio festival or something like, or maybe it was a piano trio festival. And I remember being honored to be playing there, but also was so nervous. And then we played there, and I'd never played in a room that was that dry before. Basically, you know how dry it is.
Yeah.
Found myself playing like I didn't get enough piano in the monitor.
Man, that room. I used to talk to Matt Home about it, and Matt Home would play there a lot. And he said, yeah, something about this room.
I mean, I'd
Um,
have to say I find it much easier now, but I just yeah, the first time I played there, I was like, this feels weird, but it's a great room to play in. It's a good room to play drums in, actually. I think because
yeah.
actually the because it's so dry and like it's a bit like the cockpit theatre or something. That's also a really dry room.
Mm, mm.
Sax players always complain, but for drummers, it's great because
Yeah.
you can hit the drums pretty hard and it doesn't get in the way of anything.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I think I actually met you for the first time. Sorry, was that response a bit lukewarm considering the.
No, it was,
Yeah. Sort of nodded sagely, but yeah, I first met you at Ronnie's, I think. So we had like a Zoom a while back, and yeah, I have ended up not publishing it at all. But one thing we talked about or tried to remember is like how we met. And I mean, I remember I think I saw you play at the Six with Kit and seeing you play that tune in Brixton, which I really liked. And you also played Skip James, which is like a blues guitar kind of tune. Um, anyway, so that led to me calling you, and I think we played a tune together at Ronnie's, and you did some like hip modulation thing, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna call this guy. Um, so
it's easy to please, you are.
exactly. But hey, man, do you know what happened 8 years ago today?
What happened?
We recorded this.
Is that the first one?
Yeah, it's the first one. Today was the first day in the studio. Facebook just reminded me. I love, Facebook, like, probably shouldn't slag Facebook off on Facebook, but, there's good things and bad things about it. But one of the great things, added value, is that it reminds you exactly what you were doing. That time up thing, you probably all know it. Anyway, so if it weren't for Facebook, I wouldn't have realized. And I've got
How
four,
many copies of those?
I've
There's
got
only four left.
only four left. Yeah, I mean, I only got one pressing. So, but there's probably like millions of digital sales, but
Yeah, I know that. I know that because of all the royalties you've been sharing with us. as a band.
And the mechanical royalties for you playing on it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So, okay. Thanks for all the comments, people. Martin Lay's asking, "What's your favorite cymbal? What's the biggest drum you've ever played?" But I think
That's a great.
you can answer them if you want. Um,
Well, the answer to that is probably when I was. Oh yeah, when I was at school. I'm sure at some point I played the Verdi Requiem and I went and hit the Verdi drum, which is like massive thing. I mean,
what's the very drum?
it's like a bass drum that's meant to be used to an orchestral bass drum that's meant to be used to play Verdi's Requiem. Yeah, but it goes
Nice.
da, boom, da. I'm trying to remember how it goes. Da,
Ah,
da, 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 da. Am I thinking the right? This is going to be really embarrassing if I'm singing the wrong thing. Is that
that's fine.
That's I can't remember. I'm. Did we start this whole thing again, or is it live?
It is live.
Yeah.
Yeah. James, man, do you know that I've had some super cool drummers on this, man? I did the first one I did.
I know.
The
Yeah.
first encouraged me to get the whole thing. Well, didn't encourage me, but I was so pleased with the vibe. Was yeah, Sean Rickman.
Yeah. So
Um, yeah, that was really fun. And then Ari and Gene Lake as well. Yeah, it's been really cool, man.
Gene Lake on that one of the first. Actually, I don't know where I got hold of it. But one of the first. I would say it's not one of the first records I've got, but when I was about 17, I got "Curves of Life." Do you know that Steve Coleman record with Gene Lake on?
Yeah, yeah, I checked that out recently when I was like researching.
Yeah, it's
Great.
amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, Sue says sounds like you're singing Carmina Burana.
Oh, maybe yeah, that's probably right. Yeah, I'm singing the wrong one. Sorry, but yeah,
Hey,
some like orchestral thing. I was there and I went and hit this drum.
yeah. Hey, man.
Favorite symbol? Sorry, favorite symbol?
Yeah. I
Uh,
mean, I mean, I think it's kind of a joke, and probably really no one cares.
but I care. And you
Tell
asked
us.
a question. So, is this about me or is this about I don't know what? Is this what I
Okay.
want? What everyone else
If
wants?
why don't you play it for us? Why don't you? Are you feeling like? Will you play us a short improvisation, James? I think that would be absolutely amazing.
It's 60 supers. I'm just going to ignore what you just said then and answer the question. Super
Yeah.
60 supers in. Um, it's probably worth about 30 quid if you put it on eBay, but it's my favorite symbol.
Can you play it once?
Oh yeah, okay. It's just turning into like a drum sales pitch. Oh, I should have done that. I've got a drum kit that I want to sell, so I could maybe this is the time to pitch it. I'm just going to boycott your thing, and
Yeah.
sell drums.
Yeah. If anyone wants to buy James's kit, they can contact you here.
Yeah, it's the Sonar SQ2. It's the one. I don't think I was playing it on your record actually.
Okay.
Why not? I might as well have been.
Yeah. Okay, in a sec, we'll sign off, and I'm going to play a video which we recorded at the Bear Club, um, which is a really cool looking club. So I thought it'd be good to record a video there. So yeah, all that really remains is to say thanks very much to everyone for coming and hanging out. This is actually the 10th one. I didn't really start. I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing, but like it's really nice to have these hangs, and so really appreciate everyone coming and hanging out. John, Sam, Sue, Martin, Sandy, Felipe, Nathan, legend, and I've missed some people out. Kai, Otto, and Maya, I hope as well. Anyway, I'm going to stop listing there, but we really appreciate it. It's nice to do something in real time with people. You want to say something, James?
No, I was just. Is it who? Which Kai is it? Who's Kai?
It's a friend of mine, German guy, bald German. Do you know him?
I don't actually know.
I'm not sure you've met, but he's a legend. You'd like him. He's quite something, aren't you, Kai?
It's really strange, like just conversing with you, but yeah, there may or may not be anyone else watching. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I've had loads of Zoom chats, and most of them have just, it's just it's strange. Yeah, it's a strange.
yeah. You're right. I mean, I've got my phone here, so I'm sort of like just keeping an eye on things.
You're not even listening to what I'm saying, are you?
No, I'm not. So yeah, exactly. If people see me looking over here, I'm just kind of checking that the stream hasn't imploded. Sorry, James.
Hits, just looking for easy clicks and likes and
Yeah. Exactly.
You shared the thing on Facebook, didn't you? And you said, "Oh, I've only got 6 likes," and it was only like 30 seconds in. And it's like, "Oh, James is obviously not famous enough or something," which is obviously totally true, but it's just funny.
Yeah. Who cares? It's the attention economy these days, isn't it? Everyone's streaming and no one's got any time. And I mean, I don't want to look at a screen for any more time than I have to. So, so we appreciate everyone tuning in. We really appreciate it. All right, I'm going to play a tune. Laura in Glasgow, this is one of these rhythmic things. James, love your work. Thanks so much, man.
Pleasure. Been a
Oh,
pleasure.
hey, we're going to play as well soon, right? We're going to do the Vortex 23rd of October, I think. Anyway, plenty of time. But yeah, see you there. We'll try and have to remember all the music.
Yeah, it's probably in there somewhere.
Yeah,
Just dig it out.
cool. All right. Thanks a lot, man.
Pleasure,
Thank
man.
you everyone for tuning in. Hope you like this tune. See you very soon. Wrong video. What a bloody amateur.